Hi guys, it's markabusi here and we're back with another reaction, and today instead of doing one song, we're doing, am I 7 seconds in yet? Full fucking album. We're doing Evermore by Taylor Swift. This is going to be part 1 of 2 parts because, as is her way, she makes albums that are far too long for me to react to in one stream. And I know what you're thinking, the album's probably only about an hour long, Mark, why is that too long? It's because I talk too much. That's just something that you're going to have to accept right now. Here's what you need to know. YouTube, if you're watching this on YouTube, you have got an edited version of this reaction. There is going to be at least a couple of songs cut from it because the whole thing is going up on Patreon unedited. So if you want to see the entire thing, head on over to patreon.com/markabusi reactions and it will be up there. If you would like to be here for me reacting to the second half of the album, go to twitch.tv/markabusi reactions. See pretty much all your social media that isn't most social media. If you put markabusi reactions at the end of the URL, I might pop up. I've got a lot. We did TTPD and we did the anthology and they were good. We did folklore, it was very good. I then put the poll up on Patreon as to what to do next, and despite the fact that I personally wanted to do the Miss Americana documentary, you guys voted for Evermore. I don't get to watch the documentary, I've got to do this. So we're going to go in, we're going to listen to it, we're going to see if it's any good, we're going to try and deep dive the lyrics as best as we can. But here's what we're not going to do. We're not going to go in with prior knowledge on the songs or any information about what the songs are about or how they relate to her personal life, other than bullshit that I've already gleaned from previous album reactions. Because I don't want the song spoiled for me, and I want to be able to try and figure out for myself what I think the songs are about, and if I'm right, then I'm right, great, and if I'm wrong, then fuck it, that's my impression.
I'm like the water when your ship rolled in that night. Rough on the surface, but you cut through like a knife. And if it was an open shut case, I never would have known from that look on your face. Lost in your current like a priceless wine. The more that you say, the less I know. Wherever you stray, I follow. I'm begging for you to take my hand, wreck my plans, that's my man. Life was a willow and it bent right to your wind. Head on the pillow, I could feel you sneaking in, as if you were a mythical thing, like you were a trophy or a champion ring. If there was one prize I'd cheat to win.
Sonically, it's not too dissimilar from folklore at the moment. It's got the same kind of production on it, which I think makes sense because everybody keeps on saying this is the sister album, and I think it came out like not that long after folklore, so it's probably recorded in the same kind of sessions. The guitar work in this is far and above anything that's been on any of the previous Taylor Swift songs. It sounds like, at this point for me, typical folk Taylor Swift, but the instrumentation is kind of a step up above what I'm used to, because she tends to do that thing which I like to call the Lewis Capaldi, where it's, I'm just going to play an open chord and sing over it until the next open chord, and she'll just keep on changing after that. But here there's like loads of kind of picky, nuancey things, and it's Also, right, I don't quite get what the video is happening about with like this wee kind of golden rope thing that's falling around, but aesthetically, very, very pretty. It's very, very moody. I don't really know what the song's about at the moment, but that's not unusual.
The more that you say, the less I know. Wherever you stray, I follow. I'm begging for you to take my hand, wreck my plans, that's my man. You know that my train could take you was a willow and it bent right to your window. They count me out time and time again. Life was a willow and it bent right to your window. But I come back stronger than a 90s trend. Wait for the signal and I'll meet you.
Nah. Cheeky wee look to the camera. If I'm wrong here, forgive me, but I've got a light shining right in my face, so it does make seeing the screen, like, it reflects a lot of myself back at me from my TV. Was that Ezra Miller? This the guy.
Bent right to your window. But I come back stronger than a 90s trend.
It's cheeky. It's cheeky. I like it.
Wait for the signal and I'll meet you after dark. Show me the places where the others gave you scars. Now this is an open shut case. I guess I should have known from the look on your face. Every bait and switch was a work of art. The more that you say, the less I know. Wherever you stray, I follow. I'm begging for you to take my hand, wreck my plans. That's my man. You know that my train could take you home. Anywhere else is hollow. I'm begging for you to take my hand, wreck my plans. That's my man. The more that you say, the less I know. Wherever you stray, I follow. Begging for you to take my hand, wreck my plans. That's my man. You know that my train can take you home. Anywhere else is hollow. Begging for you to take my hand, wreck my plans. That's my man. Hey, that's my man. Yeah, that's my man. Yeah, that's my man. Every bait and switch was a work of art. That's my man. Hey, that's my man. I'm begging for you to take my hand, wreck my plans. That's my man.
Okay. Directed by Taylor Swift? Oh, fuck, I'm going to be a Swiftie. That's absolutely nonsense, because that looked fucking stunning. That was genuinely a very, very well put together video. The cinematography was great, the lighting was great. I thought thematically it had a nice kind of through line of her following the kind of, as Thomasina puts it, the not so invisible string. Like a really, really good video. I'm saying this as like somebody who didn't know that she could direct, so I'm basing it on like, I'm maybe being a little bit condescending, right? And I get that. I wouldn't have expected Taylor Swift to be like good video director, but it turns out, yeah, that woman is multifaceted just across the board. My takeaway from that song is that she is in love with a guy who's kind of just stringing her along a bit, telling her what she wants to hear, and she's putting in more than what she's getting back. I will say the chorus is particularly strong, and the instrumentation is really, really lush. It's a really warm, comforting instrumentation. So, out of 10, we're not doing that thing that we did, right, where we were just willy-nilly throwing out like, oh, this is like a 27 out of 10, and all that kind of pish. That one, we're going to go 9. Because it's too early yet to get a 10 straight out of the bat. It's too early. There might be better songs. If I start at 10 now,
Gleaming, twinkling,
Oh, instantly the harmonies. Oh. Right. The harmonies are pretty.
Gleaming, twinkling, eyes light sinking, ships on waters, so inviting. I almost jump in, but I don't like a gold rush, gold rush. I don't like anticipating my face in a red flush. I don't like that anyone without a feel your touch. Everybody wants you, everybody wonders what it would be like to love you. Walk past, quick brush. I don't like slow motion, double vision in rose blush. I don't like that falling feels like flying till the bone crush. Everybody wants you, but I don't like a gold rush. What must it be like to grow up that beautiful, with your hair falling into place like dominoes? I see.
Oh, I love this. Oh, this is so good. I'm going to say at the moment, this is the closest that she has come in my head to sounding exactly like Lana Del Rey, right? There is loads about this to love. So the absolutely fucking lush instrumentation and backing vocals and stuff at the very start, and the way that that then just dropped out for the bass to come in was just cool. Then the syncopation of the lyrics and amongst that, really, really nice. And then when the chorus kicked in, I was like, oh yes, we're back. This is fucking but it sounds all like no quite Born to Die era Lana Del Rey, but not quite Ultraviolence era Del Rey. It's like kind of somewhere in the middle. And the lyrics are fucking genius. There's no any one in particular at the moment that stood out to me as going like, that's a particularly special line. Every line just sounds cool and has got just a really good flow to it. I'm going back for when the bass kicked in, because it was just nice.
I almost jump in, but I don't like a gold rush, gold rush. I don't like anticipating my face in a red flush. I don't like that anyone without a feel your touch. Everybody wants you, everybody wonders what it would be like to love you. Walk past, quick brush. I don't like slow motion, double vision in rose blush. I don't like that falling feels like flying till the bone crush. Everybody wants you, but I don't like a gold rush. What must it be like to grow up that beautiful, with your hair falling into place like dominoes? I see me padding across your wooden floors, with my Eagles t-shirt hanging from the door. At dinner parties I call you out on your contrarian shit, and the coastal town we wander around have never seen a love as pure as it. And then it fades into the gray of my day-old cause it could never be. Cause I don't like a gold rush, gold rush. I don't like anticipating my face in a red flush. I don't like that anyone without a feel your touch.
I feel like she's kind of conflating the two ideas of being like love drunk with somebody and like when you are too drunk and you get to that stage of drunk where you're like, oh okay, like I'm starting to lose all control and I don't like it. And this is the thing that I'm finding strange. She's either writing this song from the perspective of the person being with her, or she's writing it from this perspective of her. But the song seems to be saying, I'm with someone who is so desirable that everybody wants to be with them, and I don't like feeling like I need to compete with all this stuff because I'm deeply, deeply in love, but because I feel insecure about that love, it's making me panic and stuff. And she's then equated the panic that comes with that love to being too drunk, which would be fine if Taylor Swift didn't look like Taylor Swift. And listen, I try, right? I try to not objectify the woman because I don't feel like it's appropriate. This is a music reaction channel. I am here to talk about the fucking music. I go out of my way, other than Sabrina Carpenter and Jenna Ortega, right, which was a joke by the way, but I go out of my way to not go into the appearances of the artists on this too much. You can't look like Taylor Swift and then give me the heel. Oh, this man's too pretty for me. Fuck up, hen. You're creating problems at this point. You're making shit up.
Everybody wants you. Everybody wonders what it would be like to love you. Walk past, quick brush. I don't like slow motion, double vision in rose blush. I don't like the falling feels like flying till the bone crush. Everybody wants you, but I don't like a gold rush. What must it be like to grow up that beautiful, with your hair falling into place like dominoes? My mind turns your life into
Right, let me just pause for a second, right bang smack in the middle of the chorus to address some of the comments that are coming at me for my previous bout of statements about how Taylor Swift is actually very insecure about her appearance, and this is something that I don't know yet and I will learn, blah 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 blah. I'm not disagreeing with any of that, and I am very, very much aware that even the most beautiful of person can be quite insecure about their appearance. This is gonna fucking shock you, but sometimes I don't like the way that I look, and I look like this.
to grow up that beautiful, with your hair falling into place like dominoes. My mind turns your life into folklore. I can't dare to dream about you anymore. At dinner parties won't call you out on your contrarian shit. In the coastal town we never found, we'll never see. Love as pure as it, cause it fades into the gray of my deity, cause it will never be. Gleaming, twinkling, eyes like sinking ships on waters, so inviting, I almost jump in.
10. That's a 10. That song was absolutely fucking beautiful. Start to finish, that song is absolutely beautiful. I don't 100% understand it purely from the perspective of I disagree with, but you know, I'm also not in her brain, haven't had her life experiences. I don't know how she sees herself, and therefore it's not my position to sit. Like, it's not my place to sit and judge that shit. All I can say is, from my perspective looking in, I can go, yeah, no, that's crazy that she thinks that about herself. That's mental. The instrumentation was absolutely fucking, like, across the board instrumentation, and this has been the best on any of her albums so far. Chorus, lovely. Verses, melodies were really strong. Lyrics were genius.
If I wanted to know,
No. Fuck her singing. Listen to this music. Guitar tone, fucking quality, bass tone. And then when the drums come in, there's like heavy fucking reverb on it, and just, oh, there's that, yeah, right. Instantly, musically, it's like closest to the national sound that she's had, and oh, I'm liking it. That's
if I wanted to know who you were hanging with while I was gone, I would have asked you. It's the kind of cold fogs up windshield glass, but I felt it when I passed you. There's an ache in you, but there by the ache in me. But if it's all the same to you, it's the same to me. So we could call it even. You could call me babe for the weekend. 'Tis the damn season, write this down. I'm staying at my parents' house, and the road not taking looks real good now. And it always leads to you in my hometown. I parked my car right between the Methodist and the school that used to be ours. The holidays linger like bad perfume. You can run but only so far. I escaped it too. Remember how you watched me leave. But if it's okay with you, it's okay with me. We could call it even. You could call me babe for the weekend. 'Tis the damn season, write this down. I'm staying at my parents' house, and the road not taking looks real good now. Time flies, messy as the mud on your truck tires. Now I'm missing your smile, hear me out. We could just ride around, and the road not taking looks real good now. And it always leads to you in my hometown. Sleeping half the day just for old time's sake. I won't ask you to wait if you don't ask me to stay. So I'll go back to LA and the so-called friends who write books about me if I ever make it, and wonder about the only soul who can tell which smiles I'm faking. And the heart I know I'm breaking is my own. To leave the warmest bed I've ever known. We could call it even.
There's a song on, I think, Tortured Poets Department about her having a summer fling with someone that she used to be with from her hometown. I think it's Tortured Poets Department. It very well could be Folklore. This feels like the winter version of that song. There's a lot of parallels. There's a lot of similarities. I don't know if it's the same thing. Yes, August. It feels like the kind of... So it's... Right, here's what I'm thinking. Right, it's... this makes sense. Right, so I suspect that this is like a sequel to August where they had the summer fling and then she's went back home for Christmas and she's met the guy again, but it's all frosty and like she's like, no, like I don't want this and you don't want this, but we're sitting here kind of talking as if we do, but we don't really. We're just gonna leave it at that. Like it was what it was, it happened, let's just fucking move on. That's a nice callback to like a previous album. It's a nice back in the concurrent storytelling and stuff, especially since this thematically seems to be like Folkmore seemed quite kinda autumn, and this feels quite kinda winter.
Even though I'm leaving, and I'll be yours for the weekend. 'Tis the damn season. We could call it even. You could call me babe for the weekend. 'Tis the damn season. Write this down. I'm staying at my parents' house, and the road not taking looks real good now. Time flies, messy as the mud on your truck tires. Now I'm missing your smile, hear me out. We could just ride around, and the road not taking looks real good now. And it always leads to you in my hometown. It always leads to you in my hometown.
No, right. I'd kind of misunderstood that slightly, but it's clarified it for me a bit now. She's had the summer fling. And when I'm saying she, I'm not meaning Taylor Swift, because the song August wasn't a biographical song, so neither's this. But whoever the fuck is like the character of the song had that summer fling with a childhood sweetheart that she'd went to school with in her old hometown, and then she's went back there during the winter for Christmas, and basically the whole song is I'm kind of tempted to go and just fuck the guy in his truck. I think that's the gist of the entire song, is just I'm back home, I'm wanting some of that good dicking, and I know he's just over there in his truck and he's got that good dick, and it's fucking tempting. That's pretty much my takeaway. She's wanting just a sneaky link. Let's go on the road, we'll drive into the woods, you can clap my face off the back of the car, we'll Titanic, let's Titanic this shit. That's what I think. That's what I think. I think they're wanting to Titanic this shit just one more time. And then they're like, what? And then after that, listen, we'll just go our separate ways after that. Because I don't actually want to be with you. I just want to get railroaded. That's pretty much it. That's my takeaway. Good song. I'm going to get 9.
Honey, when I'm above the trees, I see this for what it is. But now I'm right down in it. All the years I've given is just shit we're dividing up.
I can't maintain the anger. I'm trying. And the thing is, right, anybody that's watching this on YouTube is going to be like, why is he suddenly like so fucking angry? For the people who are watching this on YouTube, if you want to know why I started this song in such a bad mood, then head over to Patreon, patreon.com/markabusi reactions, and you will see the massive angry rant that I've just had to cut out of this video, and it has put me in an absolute fucking peachy mood. I tell you right now, I don't care how good this song is, it's scoring a 2.
Honey, when I'm above the trees, I see this for what it is. But now I'm right down in it. All the years I've given is just shit we're dividing up. Showed you all of my hiding spots. I was dancing when the music stopped. And in the disbelief, I can't face reinvention. I haven't met the new me yet. There'll be happiness after you, but there was happiness because of you. Both of these things can be true. There is happiness past the blood and bruise, past the curses and cries, beyond the terror in the nightfall. Haunted by the look in my eyes that would have loved you for a lifetime. Leave it all behind, and there is happiness. Tell me, when did your winning smile begin to look like a smirk? When did all our lessons start to look like weapons pointed at my deepest hurt? I hope she'll be a beautiful fool who takes my spot next to you. No, I didn't mean that. Sorry, I can't see facts through all of my fury. You haven't met the new me yet. There'll be happiness after me, but there was happiness because of me. Both of these things I believe. There is happiness in our history, Across a great divide, there is a glorious sunrise, dappled with the flickers of light from the dress I wore at midnight. Leave it all behind, and there is happiness. I can't make it go away by making you a villain.
Okay. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. It's like very shortly after a breakup when you're still full of the hurt and the anger, but it's not like directly after. It's when you're starting to slowly get over it and you're starting to see the light in the tunnel. It's really, really weird to think that I'll get over this. It's hard to hold in your head the idea that this made you really, really happy and it's no longer there anymore. So you would think, no more happiness. It will come again. It's just going to have a different form this time. You don't know what that's going to look like. And that's like an absolutely fine and lovely thing to say, like, as part of a song. But the thing that makes it fucking genius is she can have enough distance from it to also acknowledge that it's the same for him. That he's also going to move on and be happy and grow. That just because they ended doesn't mean that the whole thing was shit. There was some happiness in there. And it's nice to acknowledge that even a relationship that failed, it wasn't all bad. Like, I mean, because there's a reason you get into a relationship in the fucking first place. If it ends, like, okay, accept the reasons for it, but that doesn't mean that you need to mitigate the entire thing. Not every experience is a complete washout just because it ends, which is why this wee part, when the music changed tone, genius.
I can't make it go away by making you a villain. I guess it's the price I paid for 7 years in heaven. And I pulled your body into mine every goddamn night. Now I get fake niceties. No one teaches you what to do. A good man hurts you, and you know you hurt him too. Honey, when I'm above the trees, I see it for what it is. But now my eyes leak acid rain on the pillow where you used to lay your head. After giving you the best I had, tell me what to give after that. All you want from me now is the green light of forgiveness. You haven't met the new me yet, and I think she'll give you that. There'll be happiness after you, but there was happiness because of you too. Both of these things can be true. There is happiness in our history. Across a great divide, there is a glorious sunrise, dappled with the flickers of light from the dress I wore at midnight. Leave it all behind. Oh, leave it all behind. Leave it all behind, and there is happiness.
Lyrically, I would say that that's one of the most hopeful and mature breakup songs that I've ever heard. I think the instrumentation was quite nice and quite kind of sparse. the thing that I particularly liked, which is what I was just looking up, is the drums that are like really buried in the background are very reminiscent of Hyper Ballad by Bjork. Taylor's got a reputation for writing angry breakup songs. Like, it's just mature, sophisticated way of looking at the end of a relationship. Got so much more emotional nuance in it than like 95% of breakup songs, 95% of relationship songs. In that 4 minutes, she managed to pack in so much about what it's actually like to move on from a relationship. It's an astonishing song. That might be one of the best songs on the album, which is why I am going to score it a 2 out of 10.
Hey Dorothea, do you ever stop and think about me? When we were younger, down in the park, honey, making a lark of the misery. You got shiny friends since you left town. A tiny screen's the only place I see you now. And I got nothing but well wishes for ya. This place is the same as it ever was. But you don't like it that way. It's never too late to come back to my side. The stars in your eyes shined brighter in Tupelo. And if you're ever tired of being known for who you know, you'll always know me, Dorothea. Off your mom and her pageant schemes. And damn Dorothea, they all wanna be ya, but are you still the same soul I met under the bleachers? Well, I guess I'll never know. And you'll go on with the show. It's never too late to come back to my side. The stars in your eyes shined brighter in Tupelo. And if you're ever tired of being known for who you know, you'll always know me, Dorothea.
I'm on the fence, honestly, with that one. Right, okay, here, so, right, here's what I'm going to say. If the Dorothea, ooh, but is the chorus. It's no that catchy. Oh no, I am gonna say this song is mid, but I'm trying to put into words why. I'm trying to put into words what it is about this song that didn't grab me. I think it's the production. Normally, the production on these songs is fairly sparse. Like, there's not usually that much happening. Most of the empty space is filled in the background with kind of like ambient type synths, whilst there's like little kind of like a piano or a bit of guitar. Whereas here, there was a bit of everything happening. Her vocals felt really loud on top of it, especially at the very start. So it was like you had like guitar going here, piano going here. The two weren't really working well together for me, and it was just a bit much. It felt quite kind of messy. The songwriting on it was a bit messy. None of the lyrics I thought were particularly stand out compared to previous songs on the album, and the melodies were fine. Like, at this point, like, already I'm struggling to remember how the song goes, which I think is an issue. I think it was just a wee bit forgetful. I mean, it's fine if it comes on and it plays, I'm like, fine. But would I actively choose to go out my way to listen to that again? Probably not. It's not dreadful by any means. It's not a shit song. It's no Count Dracula, but it's not like, how did it end? You know what I mean? Here's the bit as a reactor, right, who doesn't have a massive knowledge of Taylor Swift or any of that shit, right? Here's why this song in particular is frustrating. If I explain it this way, you'll understand where I'm coming from. I did August. I thought August was very good. Really liked August. I then did 'Tis the Damn Season. Thought that song was great. You then tell me that this is the male perspective of 'Tis the Damn Season. I then get my hopes up. I don't know, it feels phoned in. It feels a bit phoned in. And it feels like because it's phoned in, they've went and bolstered it by extra production. It's fucking rough to listen to. So I'm just like, nah, fuck that, 4.
Break my soul in two, looking for you, but you're right here. If I can't relate to you any more than who am I related to?
You're more.
And if this is the long haul, how'd we get here so soon? Did I close my fist around something delicate? Did I shatter you? And I'm sitting on a bench in Coney Island, wondering where did my baby go? The fast times, the bright lights, the merry-go. Sorry for not making you my centerfold. Over and over, lost again with no surprises. Disappointments, close your eyes and it gets colder and colder when the sun goes down.
The question pounds my head, what's a lifetime of achievement? If I pushed you to the edge, but you were too polite to leave me. Do you miss the rogue who coaxed you into paradise and left you there? Will you forgive my soul? You're too wise to trust me and too old to care.
'Cause 'Cause we were like the mall before the internet. It was the one place to be. The mischief that gift wrapped suburban dreams.
Sorry for not winning you an arcade ring. Over and over, lost again with no surprises, disappointments. Close your eyes and it gets colder and colder when the sun goes down.
When the fuck did Nick Cave start singing for the National? They don't even need a bass player. That man's voice is deep, is what I'm saying. If you didn't pick up on that, it's deep. He's got a deep voice. There's almost no treble. That's why she's there, to provide the treble. Aye, this song's nice. It's not a four. It's not a four. I don't know, I was listening to the instruments a lot, to be honest with you, because the guitar works really, really nice in it. So a lot of the lyrics just pass me straight by. Because sometimes, right, especially when it's like this late into an album, I just kind of just switch off and listen to the music a wee bit. As far as I can work out, it's about a relationship that's went to shit. I think that's a safe bet to say. It's a Taylor Swift song. I think it's about two people growing apart because... So she said the thing about like, because I didn't make you a centerfold over and over. So it's like, oh, so just because like I prioritised other things and I think maybe he prioritised other things, then it ended up they kind of drifted apart. And they're looking back on it, but she's kind of using Coney Island, which I'm assuming is some kind of really famous American fairground, as a way to kind of like, that's a metaphor for looking back to a previous age when things were simpler and things were happier. It's like a kind of past tradition that doesn't have the same kind of sheen. In the 70s, Blackpool, oh, in the 80s I suppose as well, and to an extent the 90s, Blackpool was seen as like bustling tourist destination and really happening place to go, whereas now, oh, it's rough. You can enjoy it, but it needs to be in an ironic manner. Nobody actually goes there and has fun. I had a wild night in Blackpool actually.
Were you waiting at a road spot in the tree line by the gold clock? Did I leave you hanging every single day?
Were you standing in the hallway with a big cake? Happy birthday. Did I paint your bluest skies the darkest grey? The universe way. And when I got into the accident, the sight that flashed before me was your face.
When I walked up to the podium, I think that I forgot to say your name. I'm on a bench in Coney Island, wondering where did my baby go? The fast times, the bright lights, the merry-go. Sorry for not making you my centerfold. Over and over, lost again with no surprises, disappointments. Close your eyes and it gets colder and colder when the sun goes down. When the sun goes down, the sight that flashed before me was your face. When the sun goes down, but I think that I forgot to say your name over and over. Sorry for not making you mine, making you mine, making you my centerfold.
Okay, so it's about a relationship that ends because neither party puts in enough work, but then once it's over, they have to live with the regrets because they realise that actually it's kind of their fault for not putting the effort in and not doing what was required to keep the relationship alive. He knows that when he has his accident, which there's not a lot of context as to what the accident is. I'm gonna assume like tripped up, fell in an angle grinder. There's nothing there to suggest that, but there's nothing to suggest that that's not what it is. So we're gonna say angle grinder to the chest. Probably seems like the most likely answer. She went on a podium and forgot to thank him. Right, so she went away and became a priest, I think. Don't know why. Do priests thank folk when they're up in their podiums? They thank God, I suppose. Here is the issue with this song. It's his singing. It's his singing. And it's because Taylor Swift has got a very specific songwriting style. She kinda like, when she starts the song and then ends the song, there's not usually a lot of kind of like big dramatic dynamic shifts. She kind of peters the song along until she gets to the end, because for her it's about hooky melodies and lyrics. She's good at her instruments, but she's not like one of those people who sets out to write dynamically shifting songs. It's just not how she does it. And I'm not saying that as a fucking negative before you start. I'm saying she's got a very distinct style of songwriting that she does, okay? And it suits her voice and it suits her lyrics. The National, on the other hand, have got him as a singer. They work around his extremely fucking bassy vocal tone by having dynamic music. You listen to Mistaken for Strangers, for example. It's quite upbeat musically and it's quite rocky, so you get carried through that despite the fact that his vocal tone is very monotonous, whereas here the monotony of his voice drags this song down. All her parts elevate it, he brings it down. I feel like if you had got any other fucking male vocalist in other than Nick Cave, then the song would have felt a little bit more lively. He's a wee bit overpowering on the song for what his role should have been. And it's frustrating because it's actually a really good song. It's not terrible. I'm gonna score that one a 7 because it was potentially a 9 that was dragged down a little bit to a 7, which I think is a pretty good score for that song. I think that's good. I liked the song, I just felt at points he needed to calm down and shut up. Guys, that was part 1 of the Evermore reaction. Let me know what was your favourite song from this part of the album. How do you think it ranks compared to the rest of her catalogue? There's no point in me going in any further in like kind of saying anything else really at this point, because to be honest with you, I haven't finished the album yet, so you'll get my overall thoughts next time round. I've been markabusi. Thank you very much guys for watching, and I will see you next time.